And today we're reacting to 3 true OF horror stories animated. Welcome back again, guys. I told y'all, if y'all just let me know and show me that y'all like these videos, I'll bring them again, man. I like these videos with y'all, but y'all nigga, I gotta post them and see some, man. Ain't nothing like posting a video and then seeing that people not rocking with it. Like, I thought y'all rock with it, but then y'all showed that y'all reminded me y'all like these. So as long as you keep doing that, we're gonna be getting to them. Right?
I created my OnlyFans account 3
Damn!
months after my divorce was finalized. My ex-husband had left me for someone younger, and the settlement barely covered the legal
Melissa T. TV.
fees. I was 38, working
Ooh.
retail part-time.
Ma'am, you shouldn't be on there doing no OF, madam. You went on there, went 38 on them. 38, thick white woman. On the OF, I see what's going on here.
And staring at overdue bills I had no way to pay, when a friend brought up OnlyFans as a joke one night. By the time I got home, I'd made an account. At first, it felt empowering to know that people out there still thought I was beautiful. They wanted to see me and paid just to talk to me. The validation filled the void the divorce had hollowed out, and the income meant I could keep my apartment and stop lying awake, doing math about which bills to pay first.
I know that's right.
Most of my subscribers seemed harmless, and soon enough I got good at responding without thinking too hard about who was on the other end of the screen. One of them was Watcher67.
Yeah, when she saw that name, you were supposed to block him. Watcher67? Yeah, you were supposed to block him after that.
His first message came late on a Thursday night in mid-February. I was in my bedroom, finishing up a live stream, when a notification appeared, telling me I should close my curtains, that my room could be seen clearly from the street. I looked up at my window. The curtains were wide open, and I could see my reflection in the dark glass. Maybe he saw from the camera. I got up and yanked them close, so hard the rod nearly came off the wall. The comment made me uneasy. I stared at my phone, trying to decide if it was a lucky guess or something worse.
Maybe he'd seen my address in a video background?
I muttered. I reassured myself that it was nothing.
Seen my address in a video background, and you was able to go to sleep that night? Fuck no. I would have been sleeping with all the lights on.
And went to bed with every light off. The sound of glass breaking downstairs jolted me awake. The digital clock on my bedside table read 2 a.m. I sat up in my bed, my heart already hammering before my brain fully processed.
This when you gotta start saying shit. Let me get my gun. I'm getting my gun, man. Even if you ain't got one. I'm about to get my shotgun. And start making shotgun noises.
What I'd heard. The house was dead silent. I waited, holding my breath, telling myself I'd imagined it. Maybe it was a stray cat or something. Then I heard footsteps echoing through the silence. My breath hitched. Someone had broken in. I searched for my phone, but couldn't find it in the dark.
Yeah, skill issue at this point, my nigga. You heard boom, boom, and you ain't been. You're supposed to have your phone in your hand already with the 911. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I got my gun in here, and I got the police on the phone. Yes, sir. Yep, they're on the way.
I thought about running for the door, but I'd have to go past the stairs to get there. So I did the only thing I could think of.
Tooted your ass up in the air? What type of shit is this?
I crawled into my closet, pulled the door shut, and crouched in the back corner behind my hanging clothes. The footsteps moved through the first floor. I could track them by the creaking floorboards. They were in my kitchen before they approached the stairs. Each step was slow and measured, like whoever it was had all the time in the world. I pressed my hand over my mouth to keep from making a sound.
And the police
my bedroom door was open. I heard the footsteps cross the threshold and stop. They were in my room, maybe 5 feet away.
Oh no!
Hiding won't save you, sweetheart. I could see light bleeding under the closet door from a flashlight or phone.
You can beat him. You can beat him. You can beat him. You can tell he's not in shape. You got him, girl. Get him.
5 minutes passed. Then
Attack.
he stopped
As soon as he
outside
gets to
the
the thing.
closet door. I squeezed my eyes shut, begging God to save me. The handle turned, and the door creaked open.
This is when you gotta start fighting.
I was crying without making a sound. Tears ran down my face, certain this was it. This was how I died, in my closet at 38 years old, because I'd been too desperate and lonely to think clearly about what putting myself online might cost. Light flooded in. I peeped through my lashes and saw his shadow standing there, panting like he'd been running, even though I knew he hadn't.
Couldn't wait for this.
Please.
My brain kept chanting. Suddenly, the man stopped. His breathing grew quiet. He took one step back, shook his head, and whispered, "No, not today."
What?
After that, I heard his footsteps retreat across my bedroom, into the hallway, and down the stairs. The back door opened, and then slammed shut.
Oh, he ain't nothing to play with. That nigga ain't nothing to play with. That's different. Whoa, haven't heard that one before. No, not today. I'm gone. Another day, though. A second chance.
I stayed in that closet for another 20 minutes before I could make myself move.
Ma'am, you suck. Call the police. He's walking down the street. He's walking. He just soon as he closed the door. Ha! Police, police. I got eyes on him. Please come get him. He just broke into my house.
When I finally came out, I called 911. My hand shaking so badly I had to dial 3 times. The police found the broken window in my kitchen where he'd gotten in. They took my statement and searched the house, but as expected, found nothing else.
If you ever wish payday came sooner, this will actually help. There's a banking app called Current with a bunch of useful features. One of the main ones lets you access up to $750 of your paycheck early if you switch your payroll over. Current has features like paycheck advance, overdraft, the build card, and even though the paycheck advance is my favorite, if you're focused on building your credit or just want a smoother way to manage your money, it handles everything in one app. I rock with this app myself, which is clearly why I partner with them. And right now they're giving $75 to anybody who signs up using my link or scans the QR code on the screen. Scan the QR code, it'll take you straight to the sign up page where you can create your account. Go through the normal sign up steps, enter your information, order your current card. That easy. After you complete those steps, you'll see the option to put in a promo code. Use mine, code Astral, which unlocks a $75 bonus whenever you link your direct deposit. Go through the full sign up process so you don't miss it. If you feel like managing money is stressful or tight, it's definitely worth checking out Current because this is exactly what it's designed to help with, helping people like you stay more on top of your finances.
One officer asked if I had an ex-boyfriend who might want to scare me. I said no. I didn't mention the OnlyFans account because I couldn't bear the look I knew I'd get.
It's deeper than that now. I see why you are where you are in life. You're full of bad decisions. You didn't want to be embarrassed by the OF account. So you didn't say anything because you didn't want it to be looked at a certain way. Hey, let the police know what you've been doing. Yeah, I'm on OnlyFans. Sorry, but don't know what to tell you. I need money. A guy was outside. He came into my goddamn house.
I deleted my account that night, packed 2 suitcases, and left the apartment the next morning. I crashed on a friend's couch for about 3 weeks before moving 3 hours away to a town where nobody knew me. I got a job waiting tables where I could keep my back to the wall and see everyone who came in.
I know that's right.
It's been years. I've built a stable life that doesn't involve cameras, strangers, or anything that might make me visible to people I can't see. But sometimes, at night, I still wake up thinking about what he said. And I wonder if he left that night because something stopped him, or because he was just rehearsing for the day he'd finally decide to show up. Because a tiny part of me knows he's still out there, waiting for the right day to say, yes, today.
When Buddy got up to the closet, it was time to attack right then. That was the perfect time. He over here want to be all sinister and open it slow. He would have bust out that motherfucker. Boom! Story number 2.
I subscribed to Lily Rose's OnlyFans on a Tuesday night in March after scrolling through my feed with nothing else to do. I was 34, lived alone, and worked as an accountant, where nobody talked.
Whoa, real quick. I know I've been pausing a lot. Have you ever been looking at porn as a young man or woman with your eyes open and mouth open like this, like excited, like you've never, like you just seen $1 million in your fucking account? Oh yeah, he's finna stroke his shit.
About anything except spreadsheets. Her profile said she was a model who lived in the same city. We started talking a week later. Lily Rose was nothing like I expected. She hardly cared about what I could afford and was more interested in how I was. By the third week, I was checking my phone constantly, waiting for her name to appear. About a month later, she invited me over. She said she wanted to film exclusive content with someone she trusted. Her address was in a quiet suburb, and she told me she'd be waiting for me the following evening.
He's fucked.
Every rational part of my brain told me to turn her down. She might be nice, but I hardly knew her. Still, I was lonely, and Lily Rose had made me feel seen in a way nobody had in a long time. So, I went. The house was an ordinary single-story building with pale blue siding and a small porch adorned with potted plants. I rang the bell, and she answered almost immediately.
Whoa!
Ethan! Oh my God, please come in.
Run! Something's not right here.
She giggled, tucking a stray strand behind her ear. I gave her an awkward smile, suddenly hyper-aware of how absolutely stunning she was. She had to be at least a decade younger than me. Inside, the living room was clean and sparsely furnished.
Hey, brother, you should probably get up out of here. A decade younger? How old are you?
30? We sat and talked for a while. All the while, my heart was doing somersaults in my chest. About 10 minutes later, she stood.
This way.
I swallowed hard and followed her down the hallway toward what I assumed was her bedroom. We were just a couple of feet from the closed door when loud footsteps echoed behind me. I turned to see an old woman standing in the kitchen doorway.
My battery.
She was lean.
This is a crack house? This is a fan house. I see what's happening.
Slightly stooped. Her wrinkled face resembled Lily Rose's
wrong with your grandmother?
if she were older, and her gray hair was pulled back in a tight bun.
God.
Ethan? That's Susan, my mom.
Lily Rose muttered.
What the fuck is happening? Get away from me.
All the softness and warmth from earlier had vanished. Help! Before I could finish, a cloth came over my face from behind. It was damp and reeked of a harsh chemical that burned my throat. I tried to pull away, but their grip was stronger than it should have been.
How'd you let her get advantage of you, my
blurred. The last thing I saw was a blank-faced Lily Rose standing in the hallway, watching me collapse.
I know it's stinking there.
I woke up, tied to a chair, under lights so bright they made my eyes water. My head felt like it had been split open. I looked around and realized we were in an unfinished basement, with cameras on tripods positioned around me.
They're gonna make you clap, shorty?
Susan stood in front of me, studying me as if I were a piece of furniture. Lily Rose was behind one of the cameras. The women chatted about numbers and other things as they adjusted the angles.
He's up! He's up!
Lily Rose giggled. Susan glanced over, and her grin made me sick. I opened my mouth to scream, but only a whimper came out.
Relax, love. We'll keep it as quick as possible. Unfortunately for you, they pay more when it drags out and looks real.
She said, pulling out a small blade and pressing it lightly against my forearm.
Slitting your shit?
Cry for the camera.
She giggled, drawing the blade across my skin. Blood welled up and ran down my elbow. I screamed and tried to pull away. The chair tipped backward, and I hit the concrete floor hard enough to see stars. Susan sighed, as if I'd inconvenienced her, and nodded at Lily Rose, who put the camera down and came over. They hauled me in the chair upright.
Don't do that.
Susan hissed, backhand.
Damn! Slapped the shit out your ass. And she used all... Susan used all her body like torque. She turned her whole body and said, whang!
Backhanding me across the face so hard my ears rang.
Ethan, we need you conscious.
They filmed the torture for what felt like
God, they're
hours,
scratching
using
it.
tools I'd never seen before. The mother cut me in small places on my arms, shoulders, and collarbone. It wasn't life-threatening, but enough to make me bleed and beg.
Attack, bro.
All the while,
You gotta start
Lily
getting
Rose kept
swifty.
filming it all. At some point, I stopped screaming and just sat there, numb, certain that death was only a couple of hours away. Just when I had given up all
Police.
hope, loud banging started from somewhere upstairs. I could hear shouting and movements. Seconds later, the basement door burst open.
Thank
and
you.
Officers flooded the stairs
Shoot,
with
just
their
shoot.
guns drawn, shouting commands. The mother lunged for the nearest camera, but an officer grabbed her and forced her to the ground.
Fucked her ass shit up.
Lily Rose just stood there frozen, still holding the camera. Someone cut the zip ties around my wrists and ankles, and an EMT wrapped something around my arm.
That's
I
what your ass
couldn't
get for being
process
so
what
horny,
was
bro.
happening. One of the officers was talking to me, but I couldn't hear him over the ringing in my ears. Later, at the hospital, a detective told me one of their neighbors reported the ladies after noticing men going into that house, but never coming out.
My nigga.
They'd been watching for 2 weeks before they got a warrant. The search turned up more cameras, hard drives full of content I was told I didn't want to see, and a section of disturbed
Oh,
concrete in the basement floor. When they dug it up,
They were burying
they found
niggas.
human remains. Bodies were buried beneath right
What
where
type of duo is this? What type of duo? Your mom and her daughter finding men and cutting them online.
been sitting.
How do you get into that
Susan
business?
and Lily Rose were arrested. The trial lasted 6 months. I testified twice and had to watch
yeah, I'm
parts of the
telling.
footage. The mother got life without parole, while Lily Rose got 25 years. The prosecutor argued she'd been coerced by her mother since she was 16, but I couldn't feel sorry for her. I'm 36 now. The scars have faded, but I can still see them. I moved
Imagine having to explain that to somebody. How'd you get these scars? I was too horny. That's the only thing you could say. I was too horny.
to a different city, started therapy 3 times a week, and deleted every social media account. Yet nothing helps me from living the horror all over in my head again and again.
He
Each
disappointed in himself. You can see it on his face.
time, my imagination makes it worse. I started my OnlyFans account in April after my landlord posted an eviction notice. I was 26, working 2 part-time jobs.
Okay, this makes more sense.
Jobs that barely covered groceries, and drowning in medical bills from a car accident my insurance refused to cover. The account felt like a last resort. At first, the requests were normal. People wanted custom videos, voice messages,
Damn!
and harmless dares, and would tip 50, maybe $100 if I went along with it. One night, a new username, @PatronSaint,
They're
lit
trying
up
to
my
make this
notification.
OF shit seem like it's that easy. Guys, it's not. I'm not saying that from experience. I just know for a fact you can't get on here, open up an account, and then people just start saying, oh, well, shit's a fat ass. Nah, that's not what's going on. You got to have all types of promo and some more junk.
The dude had tipped me $2,000 and hadn't even bothered with a hello. I stared at the notification for 10 minutes, trying to figure if it was some prank before I reached out to ask what he wanted me to do. He replied the next day, saying he'd tell me what he wanted, only after I'd successfully proven that I was devoted to my followers and serious about my work. I
fuck
asked
off
him
my
what
shit.
would show him I was devoted and serious. He dared me to stay awake for 36 hours and live stream it. He offered to pay me another $2,000 if I
It's not worth the money. I hope you would refuse. It's just not worth the money. 36 hours? What are we talking about? Hey, bro, get off of my shit, bro. Thanks for the 2,000, dickhead.
Did it. I Googled if it was possible and accepted the challenge. I drank energy drinks until my hands shook and talked to the camera while my eyes burned. When it was over, he praised my nerve and sent another 1,000 as a bonus. He asked if I'd be up for another dare. He really loved how courageous I was and promised to pay me $5,000 to stand barefoot outside all night. I didn't want to, but the money was hard to
Go to bed, shorty. You got $4,000. You up?
refuse. So I made arrangements and stood on my balcony from midnight to 6 a.m. until I couldn't feel my feet.
Hey, man. Look, bro. Money ain't never that serious. Definitely not $5,000 money.
I got frostbite on
Got Mr. Beast on the other end of this shit.
3 toes and nearly passed out.
Stay outside.
He sent the money immediately and asked if it was worth it. I told him it
About to be up 10 bands though.
did, when in
few
reality,
days.
I could hardly stand up straight for days. But Patron Saint was tipping more than all of my other subscribers combined, and I needed the money to stay afloat. 2 weeks later, he sent me the biggest offer. He'd pay me $15,000 if I broke one of my own teeth on camera.
Log off. Log off.
I read the message 3 times before I told him I wouldn't do it. He
Log
didn't
off.
respond for 2 days. In those 2 days, my landlord called twice about the overdue rent. He was
You ain't
threatening
paid your goddamn rent yet. After all of that, you still ain't paid your rent. And you be getting money. Pay your shit, man. You just ran up $9,000 in like 3 days. 4
eviction
days.
when my bank account only had $47.
What?
I'd run out of options weeks ago.
What happened?
And this was the only one left. I set up my phone in the bathroom
You
and
got no other panties and bra?
found a metal wrench under my sink. My hands shook as I positioned the wrench against my back left molar and tried to make myself do it. I tried 3 times, but couldn't. Then I thought about the eviction notice, the medical bills, and the fact that I had nowhere else to go. I closed my eyes and bit down hard.
God,
The
I don't like this noise, man. Let me skip this.
The pain came half a second later, and I collapsed with blood pouring from my mouth and my vision going black. I was screaming, but couldn't hear it over the ringing.
You do anything.
When I came back to myself enough to think, I grabbed my phone with bloody hands and stopped the recording.
What if that nigga was like, "Sight, got your ass"?
I sent it to him, and the money appeared in my
Wow,
account within
Jesus
minutes.
Christ. All right, log off, log off.
I spent the next 3 weeks recovering, and those were the most painful days of my life. Some nights I'd toss and turn, begging sleep to take over. I'd give up eating solid food, and the gap in my teeth felt obscene every time I ran my tongue over it. But I'd made rent and bought groceries and paid down some of the medical bills. I'd been telling myself it was worth it, until one night. I was going through my subscriber list and noticed something strange about Patron Saint. I had scrolled through our entire conversation history and realized he had never reached out to me first, even once. Every one of our conversations had been started by me. My stomach dropped.
What?
I checked the payment details and realized all the tips came from the same prepaid debit card. My heart pounded in my chest
Wait, what?
as I recalled the last 4 digits of my ex-boyfriend Daniel's card. It was Daniel, the same guy who had begged me not to start OnlyFans when we were together. I remember a friend of mine telling me he worked as a dental assistant and still had keys to my apartment from when we dated. I went back to the last message he'd sent after the tooth video. I'd been too out of it from the pain to read it carefully. It read, "Now everyone will know you're damaged." I wiped my OnlyFans account immediately, quit the job, and
It was that serious? It was that serious, Daniel?
moved apartments. I even found a way to get the tooth fixed. On paper, I started over. But Daniel still shows up in my bathroom mirror every time I brush my teeth or even look at myself in the mirror. It leaves me disgusted with myself all over again.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, you kind of should be. The fact that you was ready to jump out about cheese like that, it's just time to downgrade and restart life. I'm not yanking no tooth out for no money.
It took me
Maybe $1 billion. Nah, hell no. Hell no.
months to really face the toxic truth seeping in that the man I once loved and trusted had been sick enough to pay to watch me destroy myself. But what hollowed me out wasn't just what he did. It was realizing that he didn't even have to lift a finger to do it.
You putting all this on him. This is you. That being said, let me know what y'all think, man. Like the video, sub up, comment, binge channel, layout, picture, great for we're going to be laid up.